Thank you for joining us for the Playwrights Horizons virtual gala. The program will begin in just a few minutes. We want to take this opportunity to thank our gold sponsors, Citi, Davis Polk & Wardwell, and No Guarantees for their support of this event. Thanks to these and all our sponsors and you, our generous viewers. Please enjoy the show.
This is so much better. Hi, I'm Adam Greenfield. I became Playwrights Horizons' new artistic director in July of last year, but I've been a part of this theater for 14 years. First as literary manager, then a few years later as director of new play development, then as associate artistic director to my friend, the great Tim Sanford. So, yeah, I've been a part of this theater for a while, but for much longer than this, it's been a part of me. As a nerdy, theater-obsessed kid lost in the suburbs of Southern California, Playwrights Horizons was a beacon for me. I don't know why, but for some reason, new plays were my everything. This strange ritual of watching human stories unfold in time, in space, in worlds imagined by playwrights, who to me were like gods, became my center, my education. A play can expose life's paradoxes. Theater can suggest an alternate worldview. It can present life idealized and then chart how those ideals might get corrupted. It gives us a way to grieve and to celebrate. Plays shed light on how we think, or more importantly, how others think. They give us poetry. New plays pumped painful, challenging contradictions into my life, and wrestling with these shaped who I am. I needed to get to the center of them, where they come from, where theater begins. And to me, that's always been Playwrights Horizons, before I joined the staff and every year since. At our theater, every stroke of the pen, every keyboard click, and check signed, and stage swept, and script page turned and screwed is toward our mission to advance new playwriting in its wild range and diversity. Our theater's name is precisely what we're all about. The whole project of our theater, now 50 years old, is to pursue the future, the horizon that playwrights create for us. Our tenacious, brilliant staff, our board, the faculty, staff, and students who make up our undergraduate theater school, our audience, and the community of artists who fill our rehearsal rooms and stages are all here to create the space for artists to invent. Every play we know was, at one point, something new and unknown. Every play needs someone who's willing to take a leap. That's what we do at Playwrights Horizons. And, one sure way to renew your love for something is to experience its lack. As we start to stumble back into the light, squinting in the sun, take our masks off, I'm jonesing for the day that we'll share this space again with a renewed awe in our ability to gather in person, to breathe the same air, to sit together, and to experience a new play, to take a leap into something unknown, to close the social distance between us. We have a great program for you tonight, featuring a visit from Bob Moss, who founded our theater 50 years ago, and also from our outgoing artistic director, Tim Sanford, whose care and unfathomably deep love for artists and their work have guided this theater through the decades. We also have performances from Heather Christian, Ali Stroker, Michael Kilgore, and Carla Stewart. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy.
Every time you've been moved in the theater, every time you've laughed, cried, been blown away, everything you've ever experienced began the same way, with a blank page, a blank screen, a blank slate. Before the actors, before the sets and costumes, before the lights and sound, there is one person, the playwright. And there is only one place that is fully dedicated to cultivating the most important new American writers and sharing their adventurous work with curious audiences. At Playwrights, we share the stories of today by the writers of tomorrow. We are Playwrights. Our name is our mission.
Hi everyone, I'm Judy Rubin and I'm chairman of the board of Playwrights Horizons. Adam Greenfield's remarks were a beautiful poem to our theater on the occasion of its 50th anniversary. My history at this courageous stronghold for new work began in 1981, when I saw March of the Falsettos, and then in 1982, Herringbone. In the years to follow came scores of singular plays and musicals. Sister Mary Ignatius Explains It All for You, The Dining Room, Driving Miss Daisy, and later, Assassins, James Joyce's The Dead, I Am My Own Wife, Clybourne Park, and up to the present, Grey Gardens, Heroes of the Fourth Turning, A Strange Loop. The invitation to join the board came in 1986, and my answer, no surprise, was yes. Since then, I've been fortunate to share Playwrights Horizons' commitment to new work with devoted and deeply involved board members, with a supremely gifted staff, and with audiences who understand and champion the mission of this theater. What is more fundamental to theater than the playwright? From our founding by Bob Moss in 1971, the playwright has been our focus. Tim Sanford magnificently continued and strengthened this tradition, and under Adam's leadership, and I should add in partnership with Managing Director Leslie Marcus and General Manager Carol Fishman, our new play development program is alive and very well. These past 15 months have tested all of us. When our musical Unknown Soldier had to close in mid-March, we responded by creating an important array of special programs in company with our artists, from our Soundstage podcast to our beautiful Almanac magazine to our Artists Relief Fund. Proud as we are of those, we are longing to open our doors and welcome back audiences in person. There is nothing like sitting in a darkened theater and witnessing magic happen before your eyes again and again. So this fall, we will happily welcome you to Playwrights Horizons' 51st season of exceptional new work. We look forward to being together then, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
It's not like any other theater, and the work has a density and a maturity and a wisdom that you're not going to find other places. You're going to have to think about it maybe, and that's why you come.
I am in awe of the commitment, the unwavering support, the enthusiasm, and I think that's what shows you that a theater is not about a name, a building, a reputation. It is about those things, but first and foremost, it's about the people.
When I first moved to New York, I wasn't quite sure where I fit in, but I found Playwrights Horizons producing a show, My Life with Albertine, and it was the beginning of a career for me that I'm very proud to celebrate, and so I owe Playwrights Horizons a huge amount of thanks.
It's incredible to think it's been 10 years since I've been on the stage at Playwrights Horizons, because I really do consider it my artistic home.
And so I have this really specific memory of Playwrights Horizons being like a family.
It just felt like such a home. Like I felt like I knew the staff, like everyone knew my name. It just felt like, wow, this is an extended family.
I have been incredibly lucky that this institution that I revered as an audience member opened its doors to me.
Playwrights Horizons has such a special talent that sees a very specific seed of brilliance in new plays and new voices, and that has taught me to expand my own imagination as well as my own artistic circle.
Some of my most treasured experiences in theater have been at Playwrights Horizons, so I'm grateful for that.
I can't imagine New York City without you.
I was a literary resident in this season, 2012-2013, with these extraordinary plays, and I wouldn't be the writer I am today without having been a part of that.
I came to Playwrights right out of grad school, fresh and green, and I couldn't have asked for a better introduction into my professional career.
One of the most impactful pieces of theater I've ever seen is Sunday in the Park with George. Ironically, Mandy Patinkin's, he's right next door. Full circle moment.
You gave me one of the greatest gifts in my life. The place where Sunday in the Park was birthed. I got to be a part of it. I did it in those walls, in that holy, holy place. I'll never forget it. It changed my life.
The very first thing I ever did in New York on the stage was at Playwrights. My director was Michael Greif. My co-star was Brian Dennehy. It was an amazing way to start.
I'm blessed to feel at home at Playwrights Horizons, in the audience, on the stage, backstage.
Playwrights Horizons is one of my favorite theaters in the world to work at and to go to see theater, because every time I go to see theater there, I don't know what I'm going to see. We're all just trying to figure out how to live a virtuous life in an unvirtuous world, and that's what I always feel every time I go to Playwrights, is that I get maybe a little closer to that.
In the kind of fervent years of my 20s, seeing the Playwrights Horizons marquee on 42nd Street was like, it was the holy grail for me.
One of the reasons why I love Playwrights Horizons is because you take risks with the artists you champion, and you champion artists who take risks, which I saw firsthand. We had such an incredible time working together, and I love everybody behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, just everybody in the building at Playwrights Horizons from top to bottom.
I used to walk by Playwrights and think, oh, someday. I can't wait to see you in the theater again. See you soon, Playwrights.
Hi, I'm Tim Sanford. I'm the outgoing artistic director at Playwrights Horizons.
I want to take a moment here to acknowledge a truth. The central truth of this moment is that you're over there and I'm here, and we're not even in the same moment in time together. I'm doing this now, you're watching it then. It's like not theater. So we're doomed still to do these events that are not theater about theater. But that's fine, because most of us who love theater started probably with a beginning acting class. And one of the first exercises you do in a beginning acting class is you lay on your back and you become aware of your breathing. So let's do that a second. Just breathe. And then if you have a good guide, he or she asks you to remember a place, to imagine it, to bring it alive inside of you. And that is a moment of theater. That's the moment that theater begins with. And it's actually a moment where memory enters the process. I have a lot of memories of Playwrights Horizons. I have a lot of memories of doing A Strange Loop. Took Michael a long time to write this great musical. He started over 20 years ago. He started with the song you're going to hear tonight, was the first song he wrote, which meant that song was always a starting point and an ending point. The point of the play is to make a better play and to become a better person. That's the point of every play, actually. So this was one of the greatest experiences for me, and it's one of my last ones to produce this play that's so necessary, so beautiful and painful and transfiguring. And let's imagine that we're in a room listening it together right now, okay? Here's Michael Kilgore singing Memory Song from A Strange Loop.
High school gym, sneaking a cupcake. These are my memories, these are my memories. Shooting hoops off the rim, slow on the uptake. These are my memories, these are my memories. After gym, the locker room, my eyes photographing naked me, measures in at 4.5 inches. These are my memories, these are my memories of one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. Guilt and shame, Jesus' name, church every Sunday. These are my memories, these are my memories. Eat his body, drink his blood, communion buffet. These are my memories, sweet sour memories. After church we're driving home to Radio Crackle, jazz, music, and Motown blues, and Skin is the shackle. For one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. These are my memories, sweet sour memories. This is my history, this is my mystery. On the couch and Dad cuts the grass while I watch TV all day long, young and the restless. Like one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. Dad is drunk and on the couch while Mom eats a pork chop. Daily bread, no daily treadmill, won't ever stop. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. I am lying on the couch, I dream that I'm flying, flapping both my wings so hard to keep me from dying, with a crown of godforsaken thorns on my head. Like all those black gay boys I knew who chose to go on back to the Lord. All those black gay boys I knew who chose to go on back to the Lord. All those black gay boys I knew who chose to go on back to the Lord. And one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. Instead.
Hello, my name is John Andrew Morrison, and I played the role of Thought 4 in A Strange Loop at Playwrights Horizons. We never thought the show would be produced. We had done so many workshops, and we knew that Michael's work was special, but we also thought it was too black, too queer, too in your face, not a safe choice at all. So the fact that Playwrights Horizons took the chance and put our scrappy little musical in their season, it completely changed my career. It completely amplified Michael's artistic voice, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience for all of us. That it was received the way that it was. We never dreamed that that could happen. You know, we knew it was special, but the fact that Playwrights Horizons said, yeah, this is special and it should be shared, and we're going to give you the platform to do that, was incredibly, incredibly meaningful, and we're so grateful. I hope you will join me tonight in building and expanding the horizons of this extraordinary, extraordinary theater. Your donation allows us to create together as audience and artists the thing we love the most. So you can make a donation today by texting Happy 50th to 44321. Again, you can donate by texting Happy 50th to 44321, and maybe they'll put it down below. Or you can visit phnyc.org/donate. Again, phnyc.org/donate. Please join me in supporting Playwrights Horizons. We love it so. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Natasha Sinha, and I've been on Zooms nonstop this year, but this is literally my first time in the building as Associate Artistic Director of Playwrights Horizons. It's making me really emotional because I've loved this theater for so long. This is a place that's constantly expanding the canon of theater, since every single production puts a new play or musical on the map. But you know about our full productions already. The part you may not know is that we're a wellspring of daily activity, even separate from that, and we really believe in holistic support for theater makers. So actually right here in the Matthew Rosen rehearsal room, our New Works Lab pours resources into developing new work on the artist's own terms and in ways that really empower them. We've got an open submissions program that allows anyone to introduce themselves to us as a playwright, and we accompany this with thoughtful, targeted outreach into communities that have been historically oppressed in mainstream theater. We also started the Lighthouse program this year to welcome in even more artists, companies, audiences. The Kill One race by the Feather Theory just debuted, and we're working on a project with the Parsnip Ship. And throughout this year, we've been engaging with social justice via public art right on the front of our building itself. And this is all before even getting into the rich tapestry of communities at Playwrights Downtown, which includes NYU's Playwrights Horizons Theater School and our beloved resident companies Musical Theater Factory, Club Thumb, and Space and Writer Farm, some of the best organizations for artists in the city. And we have a very special paid fellowship program that adds insightful, newer theater makers into our everyday fabric. And to tell you about that, let's hear from some fellows themselves.
I always call Playwrights my home base. I know whenever I walk in, there's literally always someone I know, and their eyes light up and my eyes light up when I see them. They really are invested in how you will become an established and well-known theater maker in the future.
The biggest thing that was helpful for me was seeing how professional theater operated. It helped give me the tools that I needed to pursue my career and help my trajectory where it's at now.
I feel like literally everything I have now, I have because of the fellowship. Literally, Mina before and after the fellowship is like night and day. Like knowing nothing to knowing a lot, feeling excluded to feeling like part of the community. Not knowing what was going on to like feeling like you have a kind of robust and nuanced knowledge of like the ins and outs of like the theater landscape.
Having a place that I know supports me beyond just like working on the show, but like knowing people in the office and like knowing people who are trying to support you through the program. I think that's something that I've really appreciated.
None of my internships in the past have been paid, so even just the fact that this is paid at all is like wonderful.
When you're donating, you're really giving someone the chance to like feel valued. I have a lot of student loans from college, and like before the fellowship, it was like this will be something that I am dealing with for all of my 20s. And now it's like the end is in sight for that huge burden in a way that it would never have been without the multicultural scholarship.
We had just opened Unknown Soldier 3 days before. We went from a big all-staff gathering to shutting down the office within the span of a week, which is crazy.
To be a part of an industry that relies on large gatherings to fill our theaters, it has been hard on all of us to not be able to experience theater on our stages.
I do feel that like theater, since its existence, like has been super resilient and like has been able to overcome anything. So I feel like hopeful that like we'll bounce back.
The fact that this is an industry, built on creativity and imagination, that there will be ways that it can rebuild just solely based on the fact that, we have creative people at the helm.
There'll be new ways to have live theater and new versions of that, and I can't wait to see what happens.
For both me personally and for theater, I think it's going to present a lot of opportunities, and it already has. And I'm a very firm believer that we should look at obstacles as advantages as theater artists, and that some of the best work comes out of not being able to do something the way that you had hoped.
I'm really excited about this idea that theater is about a text, an actor, an audience, and a space. That's all you need.
Hi, my name is Bash Doran. When Playwrights Horizons produced my play Kin, I learned very quickly what an incredible place they are for artists to work, especially young artists, finding their way. Not only did they raise the money to produce a 9-actor play that was structured incredibly unconventionally and had no role for a celebrity, they supported me and the director Sam Gold throughout, and we ended up making a production that is the thing, when I look back on all of my work, I'm the most proud of. Ever since then, they have been a home to me, sometimes quite literally. Whenever I'm stuck in Midtown, I find myself going into the building, catching up with everybody there, and often being given an office or a stage, but some place to write until I have to go on to the next thing. So thank you so much, Playwrights Horizons. Thank you so much to everyone who supports them. And now I am delighted to welcome Ali Stroker, who's going to give us a very special performance.
Hi everyone, I'm Ali Stroker. I'm really excited to share a very special story with you. The summer after I graduated from college in 2009, I got cast in my first equity reading at Playwrights Horizons. It was a show called Mrs. Sharp, written by Ryan Scott Oliver and Kirsten Gunther, and I was playing the role of Mackenzie, opposite Jane Krakowski. It was a dream come true. I got my equity card, and it was the beginning of a really, really exciting time in my life. I'm forever grateful to Playwrights for giving me that opportunity. And tonight I'm going to sing you a song from that reading. I really like this sweater, it's a perfect fit. Makes my boobs look better, she won't mind a bit. Marshalls couldn't sell it, you can't make this with dyes. But if you look, you can tell it really compliments my eyes. Bet the jacket's my size. Oh God, I love this pea coat, I don't feel so fat. It's a very me coat, but it needs a hat. This and that. Dress up such a frenzy. Fuss more with your hair. You need blush Mackenzie, let's see, could be some in there. Oh, she so wouldn't care. I can't believe I'm saying I like what I see. 16 years of praying I would wake up and be someone other than me. And I really like this sweater.
Hello, my name is Leslie Marcus. I'm the Managing Director of Playwrights Horizons. I'm standing in the rehearsal room for the play Selling Cobble, which was about to go into technical rehearsals when COVID-19 caused us to shut down the theater and this production. The room is still set up exactly as it was on that last rehearsal day, just waiting for the actors and creative team to return. When theaters were forced to shut down, so many artists, directors, actors, choreographers, dramaturgs, designers, stage managers, crew, technicians, and of course playwrights lost their primary income stream. Many of them also lost their secondary income streams as well. That's why, despite our theater's revenues declining sharply, we continued to commission artists and expanded our financial literacy programs for artists that included webinars on financial planning, a resource guide to help people find freelance work, grants that were available for individual artists, and more. But we didn't stop there. In my role as managing director, and together with artistic director Adam Greenfield and the board of trustees, we decided to create our own fund for artists and theater makers. We launched our Artist Relief Fund at the end of 2020, which awarded $182,000 in $1,000 grants to 182 artists across all theater disciplines. We didn't do it alone. These funds were raised through the generosity of individuals and several foundations, and we couldn't be more grateful for this support. As you can see from the comments on screen from some of the grant recipients, we helped our community navigate this uncertain and complicated time. I'm grateful that together we are helping each other return to the day when this room will once again be filled with the creative energy that we miss so much. Thank you.
Being connected to this whole line of theater, of shows that have been in New York and then spread out through the community, makes me remember how the arts connect us all.
Part of the reason I got involved with Playwrights Horizons was growing up in London. I saw many shows like Sunday in the Park with George, The Pain and the Itch, and Clybourne Park. But when I moved to New York, I came to realize it all originated at Playwrights.
I was visiting some friends in Indianapolis and managed to catch a production of Mr. Burns by the Phoenix Theater. And I was so proud to know that Playwrights Horizons is doing our part to help to amplify the voice of playwrights so that their work can be seen across the country and around the world.
Mr. Burns is the play I almost didn't write because I thought no one would produce it.
We thought about all different possibilities for shows, and we settled on Mr. Burns because of how unusual it was. Because the students really felt this connection to the idea of the apocalypse, especially after the year they'd all been through.
This show, made me feel really brave. It's almost good to know that the characters in this little world that you're in are feeling emotions that are very similar to yours.
I think that's what really built our connections with each other.
To really be curious about maybe a character or a situation in a play and talk about it, create conversations about it, cry about it, laugh about it, make jokes about it, and then rediscover it all over again and again. And that really came from Mr. Burns.
I love the idea that it's a journey for makers and hopefully also for the audience.
Being able to celebrate life, joy, grief, pain, all of it in one show was something I may never be able to replicate.
Sunday in the Park with George was one of the most harmonious productions I have ever been a part of.
The show is a lovely reminder that we need to touch down with the people around us and make time for them and ourselves and those relationships.
Those connections have transcended all the challenges that we've faced.
It's a form which is practiced with enormous love at Playwrights Horizons. I love working at Playwrights, and I love watching plays at Playwrights.
It stands for itself. Shuffles out into pavilions, both arms raised out of the bed of new and long-armed love.
From now on, you and your partner will be listening to different but simultaneous tracks.
Makes an edge where there once was none.
That's actually very funny. Say that.
Boomerang itself to be our son.
I'm Beyonce. Welcome. Megan insisted that we wait for you.
Because we die, we feed them, maybe because we live, now we are in.
Men can prioritize relationships and other people. Men can value kindness. Men can change. Men can be awesome. Men can practice love. How do you think I learned to fly helicopters?
The Air Force taught you.
Yes, the American Air Force.
For the past 4 days, we've been in orbit for almost a week. You've barely slept. It's now...
Never had this problem before.
Operator, get me the police. I love it.
Boomerang is sweet like honey. Boomerang is bitten gold, and boomerang is gold.
Happy 50th anniversary, Playwrights. I don't bake well. So I am gonna do a song. You get a song instead.
I have decided to perform the last piece of a piece that I made for Playwrights Sound Stages called Prima Practical Breviary, which we made 2.5 years ago and was released about 1.5 years ago, shortly after we all became confined to our homes during the pandemic. When Playwrights first approached me to make something for Sound Stages, I pitched them what I thought was a pretty far-fetched idea. I pitched them a readaptation of an 1100-year-old Catholic ritual, which was stuffed with 2,000-year-old texts in hopes to make something modern and hopefully useful. And I was met with a resounding yes, which surprised me. But now that I have been under the wing and had the benefit of getting to know Playwrights as an institution for these couple of years, I know now that I should not have been surprised that was not a singular instance as an artist experiencing Playwrights. So thank you for half a century of your continued bravery and your trust.
I wake up in the morning with this anvil on my tongue, and there isn't anyone to set it loose. I wake up in the morning with this anvil on my chest, and I do my level best to tie my shoes. More time spent with this weight in my carriage, the more heavy I am here despite. Oh, and I'm not gonna lie and tell you it'll all be okay, but if we can get through today, babe, just might. Let my mouth, when it is open, loose a canoe that is plumb, to bring faith up the lake of my minutes, and remind me there is work to be done. I wake up in the morning with this anvil on my feet, but it's minor defeat, so I go on and make this bed with this anvil on my back. There is nothing that I like, I will go on. The more time spent with this weight in my carriage, the more relieved I feel when there is light. Oh, and I'm not gonna lie and tell you it'll all be okay, but if we can get through today, baby, it just might. I'm not gonna lie and tell you it'll all be okay, but if we can get through today, baby, it just might. If we can get through today, if we can get through today, if we can get through today.
Hi, I'm Larissa Fasthorse, and I'm the playwright for the Thanksgiving play, which was produced at Playwrights Horizons in 2018. There's the poster. And in 2019, it went on to be named one of American Theater Magazine's top 10 most produced plays in the country, and is now seen all over the country and online quite a bit in the last year. It's thanks to Playwrights Horizons that play got the kind of notoriety and the reach that it had and continues to have today. Now, I'm very proud to be serving on the board of Playwrights Horizons, which is pretty wild and exciting, especially as a playwright, because Playwrights Horizons isn't just a place that produces plays. It's a place that is a home. It's my home in New York City, in theater there. And it's also, though, a place where you feel at home beginning, middle, and end as a creator of theater. They are with you all the way through and never give up on their promise to support playwrights and their vision. So your donation today will ensure that theater can be enjoyed not only in your local community, but also wherever you are in the world and here in New York. Well, not here, I'm in California right now, but where you are in New York in the future. So I hope you'll join me in supporting this work by making a donation today. So by doing that, all you have to do is text Happy 50th, that's HAPPY 50TH, to 44321. Or you can always visit playwrightshorizon.org/donate. That's phnyc.org/donate. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you at the theater.
Hi, my name is Heidi Schreck. I'm here to declare my love for Playwrights Horizons. I wanted to work at Playwrights from the time I was a little girl. I fell in love with Sunday in the Park with George and always dreamed that one day I would get to sing on one of America's greatest stages. I have a horrible voice, so that didn't happen, but I was lucky enough to work as both an actor in Annie Baker's Circle of Your Transformation, and in 2014, the theater produced my play, Grand Concourse. Both of these experiences were some of the best of my life. I felt so supported as an artist. They expressed such faith in me as a writer. They expressed such faith in my play at a time when I didn't have a lot of support yet. And I will forever be grateful to them for their belief in me. And I hope one day soon to get to work with them again. I am donating tonight because I do believe that this is one of the greatest theaters in this country. And I hope that you will join me. I think it's so important in this moment if we are able to lift up the theater community as we all enter back into life. And I think this season they have planned for this year is utterly remarkable. I cannot wait, I'm vaccinated, to show up and watch these extraordinary plays. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you will join me in supporting this great theater. Also, I've known Adam Greenfield for 25 years. And he's one of the greatest human beings I know. This theater is in terrific hands, and I'm so excited to see what's going to happen next. Thank you.
I'm standing on the unfinished set of Sylvia Corey's heart-stopping new play, Selling Cobble, a play that we were so close to beginning performances for when we had to shut down our building. But we're going to pick up right where we left off, and I cannot wait for you to meet this play. Here's a sneak preview of some other works we have in store when we come back.
The theater is a living and lively art. I don't ever want to forget the power that we have as playwrights to talk back to our culture, to create culture, to open doors in people's minds.
I think there's something about seeing a story in a group that is really like where society goes to examine itself. I'm writing a play about what we all are guilty of together, which is the actions of our government. And we should experience that collectively because we're in it collectively.
I'm very interested in breaking down what it means to perform
in a space in front of people, whether it's like how performance changes when you're in an all-white room, how performance changes when you're around Black family members. All of it is so performative and all of it is so about who's watching you. So for me, writing in theater is the easiest way to immediately interrogate that relationship between existing and being watched.
Love and adoration and care for story, emanates from the walls at Playwrights, and I feel like my love for this story is matched, and I don't have to carry it by myself. So I'm grateful.
Dip me under, wash me anew, make me over, this is my me loving me debut. Fill me up, open my chest, lift my head, no turning back, I'm walking in my best. Dip me under, wash me anew, make me over, this is my me loving me debut. Fill me up, open my chest, lift my hair, no turning back, I'm walking in my best. This world ain't gonna make it easy, so I'm asking you to stretch my limbs, 'cause I feel like reaching, and my soul is reaching, and my soul is growing, and my soul is lifted. I'm reaching for my beautiful. Too many days I let others define me for me, but I'm stripped to my spirit, and finally I'm free. I'm reaching, and I'm taking
Playwrights Horizons is not just a building. It's not just an institution. It's not just some rooms where plays happen. It's a gathering of people, audiences, artists, staff, board, teachers, students, foundations, patrons, who come together around this innate human need for stories. You heard from some of those people tonight, but our theater is made up of so many more people than we had time to include. Playwrights Horizons is not a theater without everyone who touches it. So, a toast to you, to the artists who make new plays, to the crew and the practitioners, to our amazing staff, to the audience, to the dramaturgs, to our board, to the agents, to the faculty of our theater school and to the students, to our patrons, to the foundations who support our work. And did I mention our amazing staff? To which I'll add a toast to 50 years, to Tim Sanford, and also a toast to the next 50 years, to all of the plays yet to be written, to all of the new audiences yet to meet those plays, to new forms, to new ways of writing, to the unknown, to New York City, to alternative lifestyles, to new ways of thinking, to experiencing a life outside our own, to the liberated imagination, and to freedom of expression. We'll be together again soon. We'll be in this room watching a new play. But for now, cheers. If you're inclined to support us, you can by texting Happy 50th to 44321 or by visiting our website. But either way, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for being part of our future.
I am so proud to be part of the Playwrights family. Happy 50th, and here's to many, many more. Mwah!
Happy birthday, Playwrights Horizons. Your dedication and focus on risk and discovery means countless unknown artists get their first chance in New York. That was my story, and I am forever grateful to you. Thank you. Love you. Here's to 50 groundbreaking years.
Happy 50th anniversary, Playwrights Horizons. I feel like I've been around for 49 of your 50 years anyway.
Oh, hi, Playwrights Horizons. I'm making you a drink in honor of your 50th anniversary, and it's 8:30 in the morning here, so I'm really committed to this celebration. So first of all, cheers to you. I first walked through the doors of Playwrights Horizons in 1999, so I like to think that I've been there for 22 of your 50 years. My first job out of college was interning in the lit office, and I remember this was like the analog era, so there was this shelf over my head that was like bowing with all the scripts on it, and I remember hoping it didn't fall on my head.
Happy 50th birthday, Playwrights Horizons. It's a little too early to be drinking, but cheers. I'm wishing you all of the best for your next 50 years. May you continue to be an incredible institution.
Happy 50th anniversary, Playwrights Horizons. Holding with my left hand, I'm gonna drink this straight vodka. Just kidding, it's water.
Happy 50th Playwrights Horizons. Oh, drink up. It's weird.
Happy 50th anniversary, Playwrights Horizons. Oh, you're not nearly as old as I am, but still, congratulations.
Oh, hey. Happy 50th, Playwrights.
Happy 50th, Playwrights. You know what's weird? Paul's actually turning 50 this year, too. Got a lot in common.
Happy 50th, Playwrights. You know what's weird? I'm turning 50 this year, too. We get a lot in common.
I can't think of a more inspiring way to be a human being than to be part of Playwrights. Happy 50th.
Happy 50th birthday, Playwrights Horizons. It is an honor and sort of hard to admit that I have been hanging around that place for almost half of that time.
Happy 50th, Playwrights Horizons.
Happy 50th, Playwrights. Here is to being together again in the not so distant future. I miss you guys very much and I love you. Mwah.
I
wish you a happy birthday, Playwrights Horizons. And I treasure the experiences that I've had there, and I hope to be back again someday.
Playwrights Horizons changed my life, and I'm eternally grateful as an artist and as an audience member. Happy birthday. Thank you for everything.
Happy 50th Playwrights. Congratulations into many, many more years.
Congratulations for all of the incredible work you've done, and especially for surviving this past year and a half. Here is to a brighter future. I don't have a glass, but I raise this candle to you. Happy 50th.
Happy birthday, Playwrights Horizons. You don't look a day over 30. Thank you so much for giving me my equity card, and I can't wait to be back on stage or in your audience.
We want to wish Playwrights Horizons a very, very happy golden anniversary.
Which means happy 50th birthday.
Which means happy 50th birthday.
Happy 50th birthday, happy 50th anniversary as a theater, as a cultural institution, and as an artistic home.
Happy 50th Playwrights!
When it comes time for me to hang up my dancing shoes, I am so happy to know that Playwrights Horizons will endure and go on and on and on, bringing so much more joy to so many more generations of people as theater returns and brings joy to everybody who goes. Happy birthday, Playwrights Horizons. I love you.
Happy 50th anniversary, Playwrights Horizons. I hope to be with you guys again in the audience, on the stage, or just having a drink.